Hello. The poems I'm going to talk about today come from the poetry contest held at Prince Koresada's house, Koresada shinnō-ke uta'awase. Koresada was the second son of Emperor Koko. His mother was Princess Nakako, or Hanshi. Little is known about his early years. His birth date is unknown, but he was demoted from the imperial family in 870 and given the Minamoto surname, and then restored to it in 891 by his younger brother, Sadami, then ruling as Emperor Uda. Today, Koresada is chiefly remembered as the prince to whom the famous poet, Arewara no Narihira, owed his allegiance, and as the sponsor of this competition. The quality of the poetry in the contest was highly regarded in later years, as many of its poems found their way into various imperial anthologies and other collections. But the records we have of the competition are incomplete. Only one poem in it has a named author, although the identity of at least some of the other poets can be gleaned from other sources, and it seems likely that it may well have contained more poems originally than the 71 which are currently listed as being part of it. The contest took place in autumn, probably in 893, and so it's not surprising that autumn-themed poems make up a substantial proportion of its number. Let's start with the poems then. Yamada moru, aki no kari yo ni, okutsuyu wa, inaose dori no, namida nari keri. Warding mountain paddies, in autumn in a harvest hut, the falling dew was but autumn birds' teardrops. Autumn was, of course, the season in which harvest took place, and the crops needed to be protected from animals, and this is what the poet is doing here. He spent the night in a hut among the fields, and dawn is breaking, bringing with it the morning dew. At the same time, he can hear birds flying over, and speculates that they are weeping as they do so. The original poem refers to a specific type of bird, an inaose dori, but unfortunately we no longer know which bird this term refers to. Tatsuta hime ikanaru kami ni arebe kana, yama o shigusa ni aki wa somuran. Princess Tatsuta, what deity are you? The mountain's thousands grasses, with autumn do you seem to die. This poem introduces the patron deity of autumn, Tatsuta Hime, Princess Tatsuta. Tatsuta Hime was commonly believed to be responsible for the changing colours of autumn, and here she is, dyeing the grasses with the change of season. Hamachidori, akitoshi nareba, asagiri ni, katamado washite, nakano hizo naki. Plovers by the beach, when autumn comes, in the morning mists do lose their way, and cry out every single day. Here we have references to two more tropes which were to become standard touchstones for autumn in later poetry: plovers and mists. The poet cannot see the birds because the mist is so thick, so he's indulging himself by speculating that they are crying out in sorrow because they've got lost in it. Aki kureba, miyamazato koso wabishikere, yoru wa hotaru wo tomoshibi ni shite. When the autumn comes, a dwelling deep within the mountains is desolate indeed. At night it is the fireflies that provide the only light. Now, I think this is a beautiful poem. The poet has gone to a retreat deep in the mountains, probably to pray, and far from the beauties of the capital, his hut is illuminated only by the glowing fireflies. It's quite unusual to have fireflies mentioned in an autumn poem. The insects were normally associated with summer, and referring to them here gives an edge of melancholy, for they'll soon be dead. Oto wa yama, aki toshi nareba, kara ni shiki, kaketaru koto mo, miyuru momiji ka. On Otowa mountain, when autumn comes, Cathay brocade is hung about. Seems so the scarlet leaves. Another standard comparison here of the scarlet autumn leaves to brocade. These ones are on Mount Ottawa, which lies east of Kyoto, and would have been crossed by travellers heading in that direction. Unlike many poetic locations, Ottawa was not associated with any particular season, and so it appears in a range of seasonal poetry. Ominae shi, nani no kokoro ni nakaredomo, aki wa sakubeki koto mo yuyushiku. O maiden flowers, something within my heart is lacking, yet that you must bloom in autumn is a fine thing indeed. This poem refers to the ominaeshi, the maiden flower, or golden valerian as it's commonly known in English. Due to their name, when maiden flowers are mentioned in a poem, there's almost always an underlying reference to a young woman, or to young women. Here the poet, an older man, has caught sight of some beautiful young girls, and both admires their appearance, while regretting that he is too old now to be a suitable suitor for them. Asagoto ni yama ni tachimao asagiri wa momiji miseji to oshimu narikeri. With every morning twining round the mountains the morning mists, that they cannot reveal the scarlet leaves is regrettable indeed. Mists and scarlet autumn leaves, standard autumn images, but combined here to present a striking scene of the brilliant autumn colours concealed by the mist. The poet knows that they are there, but has to use his imagination to see them. Aki no yo wa hito o shizumete tsurezure to kakinasu koto no nenizu o tatetsuru. On an autumn night, when folk are all abed, idly plucked a zither's strains sound out. The zither, koto, was an instrument generally, if not always, played by women. So the scene here has the poet passing by a house one evening and hearing a lady playing. Why should she be playing so late, and why should she be up so late? Well, most likely because she's waiting for her lover to call, and is playing her instrument to pass the time and relieve her impatience. Hisakata no amateru tsuki no nigori naku, kimi ga miyou ba tomo ni tozo omou. The eternal heaven-shining moon is so clear that my Lord's reign lives together with it in my thoughts. The moon was the standard celestial symbol of autumn, in that it was in this season that it was believed to be the clearest, and so the easiest to see. Here, the eternal moon is equated with a ruler's reign, so this poem could double as a felicitation to a superior. Yoi yoi ni aki no kusaba ni okutsuyu no tama ni nukamu to toreba kietsutsu. Night after night, upon the blades of autumn grass fall dewdrops. I would thread those jewels, but at a touch ever do they vanish away. It was a common conceit in waka to compare dewdrops to jewels. Here the poet imagines that the water droplets on the grass are gemstones on a string, transitory ones, though, which vanish at his touch. Shigure furu aki no yamabe o yuku toki wa kokoro ni mo aranu sodes o hichikeru. Drizzle falls in autumn on the mountain meadows, and when I travel there, not my heart, but my sleeves are truly drenched. Shigure, drizzle, was a word which was strongly associated with autumn, and rain in autumn, rather than at any other time of the year. On the surface, this is a poem about a traveller getting caught in the rain, but rainfall frequently implied tears, and this implication is strengthened by the reference to the poet's sleeves, as this is what the old Japanese used to wipe their eyes when crying. So, our traveller is being disingenuous by claiming that the rain has not touched his heart. It has, somehow, and he weeps as he walks on his way. That's it for now. More to come.